Hey guys, welcome back. It's Thursday, and yesterday we talked to you a little bit about the centers that you would be doing in the classroom. And so today we want to talk to you about some of our fun centers that you'll get to participate in once you finish those other centers. We also want to show you a little bit about our phonics and our phonemic awareness program. So we're excited to do that, and it's time to get started. All right, so one of our first fun extra center activities that we like to do is home living. And so this is our home living area, and Miss Neely's just going to kind of open some of these doors: the refrigerator, the oven, the microwave. All right, and so and this even makes noise here. You can turn this on to cook. All right, so once you get here, there will be cooking utensils, pots and pans, plates, different things that you can use to practice cooking. There will also be baby dolls that you can play with, and if you'll notice right here, you've got a cell phone, so if you know your mom and daddy's phone number, you can practice calling them and tell them how your day's going and what you're up to at school. So that's just a quick snippet of what our home living area looks like. All right, so another fun center that we like to do is this really cool dry erase table. And so I know earlier this week we talked to you about how we do not use crayons and pencils to draw on the tables, but this is a special table, and it's made to write on. So if you'll watch, you see Miss Neely over here. She is drawing a picture, and then she's using her sight words to write a sentence. I see the pig. All right, and so when you come to school in August, you're not going to know those sight words or how to write a sentence yet, but you will as the year goes on. So you may want to start out more like what Miss Tammy's doing and practice writing the letters of your alphabet. You could also practice writing your name. And so as the year goes on and you continue to learn more letters and you continue to learn sight words and how to write those CVC words that we'll talk about once you get here, there's lots that you can do at this table, and it's a lot of fun, and I can't wait for you to get to try it out.
All right, boys and girls, here's another activity. This one's fun. You're going to love it. It's blocks, and we do this a lot. And you're going to have so much fun. Look at Miss Jordan and Miss Tammy. They're in the floor, and they are building. They get to choose. Look at these cards. This is one way that we use this. You can look at the cards, and then you can build what's on the card. You can also incorporate different things like these different types of transportation, these community helpers, and into your creation. So this is another fun thing that you get to do when you come to kindergarten.
All right, so we've got Miss Tammy working over here in what we call our sensory bin. And so your teacher will have a sensory bin, and it may be filled with beans, it may be filled with water beads, rice. There's some different things that go into a sensory bin. And Miss Tammy's got some cool things here. She's got a little dinosaur and an egg. Looks like maybe a Mickey Mouse or a shark. But she's also got some letters that she's working with here. And so one thing that you might can do with your sensory bin is dig and find your alphabet. And so she's finding her letters of the alphabet, and she's going to put them in order. She's starting with the letter A, and she's going to keep going A, B, C, D, and so on. And then another fun thing you can do is practice building your name. So we might put all the letters that are in your name in a sensory bin and let you dig those out and spell your name. And as the school year continues and you're learning more letters and more sight words, you'll also be able to dig through the sensory bin and find the letters that would make some of your sight words and those CVC words that we'll be learning later in the year.
All right, boys and girls, another great activity we have, and you're going to love this one too. It's iPads. And so we have 8 iPads in our classrooms, and so we have a center where you go and you'll do iPads just about every day. And your teacher is going to have a really easy password so that you get in without any problems. But for some reason, if it says that you have entered in the wrong password, go tell a teacher and she will help you, because we sure don't want our iPads to lock up and lock us out and we won't get to play. So as you can see,
learning to read for kindergarten,
Miss Jordan has
level
chosen
1.
an app, and so this is what you would do if you were at school. You would choose an app and get to play the different games on there, learning, and sometimes we let you do fun games on Fridays like painting, things like that. But Miss Jordan's chosen one that's got short vowels.
Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is our phonics program, and we use a program called Phonics First. And like with all of our other activities that we've shown you today, they will build as the year goes on. So when we start out, we have what's called our 3-part drill. And so the first part of our drill is called the visual. And so Miss Tammy is holding up the cards, and on this part, we're going to, together, your teacher and the students will say the letter, the sound, and the picture clue. So this would be T, t, turtle. All right, then you would have C, k, cookie. And we'll do one more. I, itch. Okay, and so that's what our visual part looks like. Okay, so the next part is auditory, and on this part, your teacher is going to hold up. Well, she's not going to show you because you're going to know your letters at this point. She's going to call out the sound that the letter makes, and you're going to practice writing that. So if the first card that I was holding up might be an apple, and I would say, okay, the letter that I want you to write, boys and girls, is the letter that makes the A sound. A as in apple. And so you would write A. And the reason that you draw that line underneath your letter is just to help you remember to make that sound. So A. So that's the first 2 parts of our 3-part drill.
Hey boys and girls, this is the 3rd part I'm going to show you of the 3-part drill. Miss Tammy showed you the first 2, and I'm going to show you this one. After you've talked about your letters and your sounds, you will move on to what we call the blending board. This is fun, and I like this, and then you get to do some of this with me. So after, I know that Miss Tammy has shown you some letters, and y'all have made the sound. And so after we get done with that, we start putting these cards on our blending board, and we put our vowels in the middle. Our vowels are always going to be on the yellow cards, A, E, I, O, and U. They're always going to be yellow, and they're going to be in the middle. And so when we are putting our cards on the blending board, after I do this, I will ask you to take your finger, and you will point with me to each letter and make the sounds, and we will blend it to make our words. So if you want to do that with me right now, if you'll look at, we have a C, and then we have an A, and then we have a T. We talked about some letters and sounds just a few minutes ago. So if you want to help me blend this, you can. So ready? We'll go k, at, cat. Do it again. I want you to take your finger, and I want you to point as I point. Ready? Do it again. K, at, cat. All right, great job. Now, what your teacher will do, she will switch up the beginning or switch out the ending or switch out the middle sound to make new words. So I'm going to do that so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to replace the A with the O. So this time we're going to build the word, and it'll have a different middle sound. So let's try that. Ready? Go. K, ot, cot. Do it again. K, ot, cot. All right, boys and girls, that's just a little bit of what we'll do for the 3-part drill.
Okay, now I want to talk to you a little bit about our phonemic awareness program. And this is really fun. We have some hand motions to do. And so I want to just show you a few of the parts that we'll do in this program. So the first thing that I want to go over is our letters and sounds. And I've picked a few letters here. These will be some of the first letters that you learn when you start school. So I will hold these up, and I will say letter is, and you will say the letter with me, and then I will say sound is, and you will say the sound with me. So this one we would say letter is, and you would say it with me, A, and then I would say sound is, and you would say A. All right, so let's do a few more of those. Letter is, T, sound is, T. Letter is O, sound is Ah. And our last one, letter is C, sound is K. All right, and so that's how our letters and sounds will go. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is rhyming words. And you're going to learn about rhyming words when you come to school. But rhyming words have the same middle and ending sound. So I want you to listen to some of these rhyming words with me. Yellow, jello. Do you think those sound alike? Listen again. Yellow, jello. They do. They both have the same middle and ending sound. All right, what about this one? Fat, cat. Fat, cat. They do. They both end in that at sound. And then we'll do one more. Fake, snake. Fake, snake. Those also rhyme. They have that ache at the end of the word. All right, so the next part that we'll do is beginning sounds. I'm going to give you a word, and I want you to help me pick out the beginning sound. That's the very first sound that you hear in the word. All right, so my first word is ball. B-b-ball. What's that first sound that you hear? Listen again. Ball. B, b, B is the first sound that you hear in ball. All right, what about in dig? D, d, dig. Good, that D sound is the first sound that you hear in dig. And then we'll do one more. Gas. G, g, gas. The G sound, G, is the first word that you hear in gas. All right, and so this next part is our blending. And I'm going to use my hands on this part. And I'm going to give you one word. And then I'm going to give you another word. And we're going to put it together to make a new word. Okay, we're going to blend those together to make a new word. All right, so the first word is bath. And you'll say that with me, bath. And then our next word is room. Room. Bath, room. And when I put it together, I have the word bathroom. So let's do that again. Bath, room, bathroom. All right, let's do one more of those. What about tea? And then you'll repeat that. Tea, pot, pot. Tea, pot. And when we put it together, we have the word teapot. One more time, you can do it with me. Tea, pot, teapot. Good job. Now this time we're going to do the opposite of that. I'm going to give you the whole word and we're going to break it into two parts. All right, so the word is cowboy. If I gave you the word cowboy, we would break that into two words. Cow, boy. Good job. Let's try one more. Jelly bean. So if I had the word jelly bean and I break it into two parts, then I would have jelly bean. Good job, boys and girls. And so the last one that I want to go over with you is counting the words in our sentences. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of sentences. I'll say it first, then you'll say it with me, and we'll count how many words that we hear in that sentence. And that'll be really good to know when we start reading at our guided reading table. You'll be able to count the words that you're reading in your books. All right, so the first sentence that I have is, I love school. All right, so you say that with me. I love school. All right, let's count our words. Here we go. I love school. Good job. That sentence has 3 words in it. All right, let's do one more. The next one is, I raise my hand. All right, say that with me. I raise my hand. All right, and let's count those words together. I raise my hand. All right, so that sentence actually had 4 words in it. Great job. Thank you for participating with me. And that's just a few examples of what we do for phonemic awareness.
Boys and girls, we hope you enjoyed today, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the very last day of Kindergarten Academy.